this week's edition of the Weekly What's Up. I'm Jacob Clore, and I'm the devil.
And I'm Melvin Seymour, and this is your Weird National News. I am a man in a sombrero. According to the news, a Colorado craft brewer bought all of the Fort Collins Count Chocolate cereal on Tuesday, October 21st. For some of the people in the Fort Collins, the annual arrival of the Count Chocolate cereal is a highlight of the year. So when shoppers in the Colorado town went searching for the monster-themed marshmallow delicacy, they were all irritated that they couldn't find it at either of their local stores. Christian Clark, a Coloradian, said, "Every year I greatly look forward to the month of October when I can purchase a few boxes of this delicious chocolatey goodness. I'm a veterinarian and I only eat organic food, but I am always in need of my Count Chocolate fix." The Colorado craft brewer, who works at Four Black Bottle Brewery, admitted that they needed the cereal to make it seriously beer. The general manager of the brewery responded to this whole incident by stating, "We did it as a joke at first, but at least our beer turned out well."
Wow, that's a lot of Count Chocolate for a lot of people.
Yes.
It's a lot of... I'm more of like a Cocoa Puffs or like a Cocoa Pebbles person, but I can definitely see if people like the Halloween theme of the cereal. It's pretty cool. Well, if a zombie apocalypse were to happen this Halloween, where would you take refuge? Melvin, where would you want to go?
I will go to Atlanta.
Why Atlanta? Is that where your family's from?
No.
Just Atlanta?
Yeah.
I guess there's a lot of Coke there, a lot of Coca-Cola. Well, according to the Huffington Post, the real estate Julia has posted the top 25 cities to avoid during the zombie apocalypse. What city topped the list? The lovely beach community of Honolulu, Hawaii. Doesn't sound like a paradise during a zombie apocalypse. Why would Honolulu crack the list? The city is easy to walk through, has a high hospital density which makes for readily available victims, and it is extremely congested with some of the worst traffic in the nation. New York came in second place on the list, followed by Newark, New Jersey, Boston, and Washington, D.C. Looks like all of you Northern Virginia people need to watch out in this event. So how did Trulia come up with the list? It used the following criteria: highest walk score, lowest hardware store density, highest hospital density, and most congestion. Looks like you all should look up this list and educate yourselves on this issue. What do you think?
Oh, wow.
It sounds scary, doesn't it?
Yes, of course.
I mean, to even think about the possibility of an event happening like that, it's horrible. Hopefully no more Walking Dead.
According to UPI, an Oklahoma woman, Christy Rhines, told El Chico restaurant staff that her husband, Jesus Christ, would pay for her bill on Tuesday, October 21st. However, according to police reports, her husband was a no-show. Rhines soon clarified her husband was Jesus Christ, but she admitted the union was not solidified with a marriage license. The woman who manager said insisted the Christian Savior would soon be arriving to pay in cash, was arrested on a fraud charge when police arrived and determined she had no means of paying the bill.
Wow. I mean, first of all, you can't pay for your bill, and then second, you go to the great lengths of saying that Jesus Christ paid for it. Wrong. Definitely sounds messed up.
According to UPI, there is a video footage of Chewbacca breaking up a superhero fight on Wednesday, October 22nd in Los Angeles, California. The Hollywood Walk of Fame brawl included Mr. Incredible, Batgirl, Freddy Krueger, and Where's Waldo. The footage captured by production company Filmon.com shows performers dressed as Mr. Incredible and Batgirl struggling about 5 p.m. Tuesday, October 21st in front of the TCL Chinese Theater. Chewbacca, Waldo, and Freddy soon joined in the action and attempted to keep the brawling superheroes apart, but Mr. Incredible was able to punch, kick, and throw Batgirl onto the sidewalk before the group was chased off by bystanders. Police said they were not called into the incident Tuesday, but they are following up on the reports. A man in a Batman costume told KCBS TV there are different sorts of people who perform on the Walk of Fame. The good ones were stationary while staying against the curb. People come to us, he said, but the bad ones, they roam up and down, so they cross paths or they target the same people and then they get into each other. It's less now because we have a lot more police presence here since last year, and it has made a difference. It's not cleaned up yet, but it is getting better.
Wow. Just in time for Halloween, too. A bunch of crazy superheroes going mad.
Yeah, it's on a Friday night, too, and then just imagine all the drunk people.
Oh, my gosh. Well, have you ever wanted something so bad that you would do almost anything to get it? Well, this infant wanted some toys, badly. According to the Huffington Post, 18-month-old Colin Lambert climbed into a claw machine so he could play inside with the toys. His grandmother, Diane O'Neill, explained, "All I could see was his feet. He had already crawled in. I grabbed his feet, and he kicked my hand and got in. Climbed up over the glass partition and sat down in the toys. Firefighters soon rushed to the scene to help the boy out. Colin was excited to see the firefighters and even received a free toy after the ordeal was done. Sounds like Colin had this whole thing planned out, and I would definitely not have rewarded him with a toy. What do you think?
I would do the same thing. I'm small.
Like a discipline.
If I'm small enough, so.
Well, thank you for watching this week's edition of Weird National News. But stay tuned, because when we come back, we will have Mary Desmond and Susanna Shepard with crazy costumes.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Happy Halloween and welcome back to the weekly What's Up. I'm Susanna Shepard as Audrey Hepburn.
And I'm Mary Desmond as Ron Swanson.
And this is Crazy Costumes. Instead of doing the whole contraptions thing like we do every week, we felt really in the holiday spirit and wanted to talk about costumes that are crazy instead.
Yep. Halloween is that time of year when everyone can be whatever they want, meaning the weirdest, craziest costumes they can think of in some cases. Here are some of the craziest costumes we could find on the internet.
Now, this first costume is completely ridiculous. I'm sure all of you watched Sesame Street growing up and couldn't possibly forget about Big Bird. Well, now there is a sexy Big Bird Halloween costume. This scandalous outfit is known as the exclusive yellow dress and tights by the making company. However, it is clear that this is definitely a risque take on Big Bird, our childhood friend. And with that being said, Sesame Street does not identify with this foolishness. In fact, they came up with a more modest Big Bird costume.
That's good to hear, because who would sexualize Big Bird? Like, that's so ridiculous.
I mean,
really need to
yeah, exactly. Like, think about the children walking down the street, and then they'd see, like, the mask on there and be like, that's Big Bird. Be like, oh, that's Big Bird.
I honestly don't understand people. This costume is supposed to be a sexy lobster, but it looks more like an alien. With the antenna and weird legs that protrude out of your stomach, the sexy lobster costume also comes with a pair of fuzzy claws. Why are they fuzzy? This is another Yandy.com creation that shouldn't have been even created. I mean, I don't get it.
The only way that it should have been created is for men, and it should have been like Larry the Lobster off SpongeBob.
Yeah, with
something
like the
like
white
that.
nose and
but
like,
this one, no, not okay.
I don't understand what it is that makes a shellfish so alluring. Like, all this costume needs is a bucket of melted butter and some shell crackers. Like, yum.
That is my kind of my lobster costume. That's what I'd want. Well, while we're still on the same food track, you know what everyone loves?
Pizza!
So why not dress like it for Halloween?
Really?
Absolutely bonkers. I love pizza, but dressing up as pizza, not just dressing up as it, but making it into an erotic disaster is absurdly and truly a crazy costume. But I'm sure it'll get people at the party talking, and it'll be considered, would it be considered cannibalistic if you ate pizza in the pizza costume?
I think so. I definitely think so.
I guess that you have to think about your morals on that one.
Yeah.
You'd be nuts if you didn't think this squirrel costume was funny.
This costume is absolutely nutty, with the nuts included. When they describe the costume on the website, they say it's for a one-time use and not to be washed. That kind of sketches me out. I don't necessarily want to pay $80 for something that's only meant to be worn once, not to mention this thing is ginormous. It's so inconvenient.
It really is. If I was dressed up as this, I would tell everyone that I was the infamous XOXO gossip squirrel who roams around campus as well as Twitter. And it does have one perk to it. If you fell into a giant pool of water and would possibly drown, at least the inflatable tail would keep you afloat. So in some weird way, it's practical.
Yeah, I actually know someone. Don't you? You know someone too who's wearing this exact costume.
I think anyone who watches this show would know the next person who's going to be wearing this costume.
Oh.
We'll keep that a secret until you see it.
Stay tuned.
For those of you whose favorite holiday might not be Halloween, but instead Easter, celebrate both at the same time in this white bunny costume for the cheap price of $349.99.
This costume comes with a giant head and a human-sized carrot. Everything is exaggerated to be life-size, which makes the entire thing even scarier.
It is a living nightmare, actually. Like, think about those awkward Easter pictures with the kids sitting. That's what you'd be wearing to Halloween. In all actuality, if I saw this at a party lurking in the corner, I would be terrified.
I would book it out of there so fast, like you would be like lightning.
You would be
lightning.
the least popular person there.
No.
Do not wear this.
Not cool. Not cool. Some folks prefer to go out with a friend or significant other on Halloween. These are called couples costumes. These next few are for crazy couples who want to show off their style, if that's what you call this.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but we'll let y'all to judge. Traveling is a great hobby for those who have the money to travel. Tourists can be a little wacky sometimes, however. This couple's costume is exactly that. It's a goofy interpretation of tourists, complete with a hoop waist and Hawaiian shirt for the full effect. However, you might want to bring in your own props to make it more realistic, such as socks and sandals, some giant sunglasses, the white nose, whatever floats your boat, or Caribbean ship.
Because they're cruisers. Anyway, before I go into this next costume, I just have one question for you. What is a rave monster?
Does anyone really know what this is? Because we are very confused and concerned for whoever would wear this.
I don't understand it. I don't get it. This pair of costumes is basically a set of Yeti costumes, which scantily cover the body. The overall idea of this costume is so strange, I can't even begin to understand the attraction to this getup.
Maybe it's people with a bizarre fetish for the abominable snowman and they really wanted to rekindle the spark of their relationship with these strange furry costumes.
I really don't get it. This reminds me of some weird mix between like Jersey Shore and someone from the Arctic. I really,
especially with the wife beater tank top.
Yeah,
like,
the
come on.
fuzzy like boot things and like
the hand. They even
things.
This one has fuzzy hand things too. What is it with fuzzy hands?
Like fondling. I don't get it. Anyway, at least they'll be a little bit warm. You know, I heard there's a chance of snow this weekend. So.
Please don't tell me that.
Yeah. Well, that wraps it up for this week's Crazy Costumes. Next up, we will have Tori Nagel and Kevin Stefani with Viral Videos.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to the weekly What's Up. I'm Tori Nagel and I'm Animal Control.
I'm Kevin Stefani and I'm a squirrel.
And these are your viral videos. Remember being a kid and going trick-or-treating? Those were the days. Dressing up, getting tons of free candy was the best. But how would you feel if after trekking miles across your neighborhood for candy, your parents ate all of your delicious treats?
I'm gonna tell you what happened to your candy, Blake. I ate it all. I ate yours too, Alan.
Me and Mommy ate it last night when you were asleep.
I ate all your Halloween candy last night.
Daddy, where's the candy?
What candy?
I think Adam ate all your candy. I'm so sorry.
I tricked you. Dad didn't eat all your candy.
Oh.
I tricked you.
I'm very, very sorry, Rachel. I ate all your Halloween candy. How much was it? Oh, Rachel, I'm sorry. You know I like candy, Rachel. Do you still love me?
Sarah ate all the candy.
What?
I'm so sorry. It's just I'm pregnant and I get really hungry and I ate all of it.
There you go, Cat. You didn't eat all the candy. Hello, Jimmy.
Cat, please get more candy. I ate them last night. I took them to work with me.
Last night we stayed up and we ate all your candies. Are you guys okay with that?
No!
Why?
No!
My goodness.
Natalie, calm down, Natalie.
I ate all your candy. You have no more Halloween candy left.
What? She ate it. What the heck?
Don't you guys think you ate enough candy last night?
No, I only have like one bite of candy. Are you serious? Then you ate the rest? Oh, good for you. Now you're gonna probably get a bellyache. That's why you shouldn't eat so much candy. Mom, that's 2.
2 what?
2 bags of candy.
2 plus 2 is equals 5.
It's really 4. You were so close. Did you see how much I had? I went to a lot of houses.
I know. I ate it all. It tasted so good, especially the peanut butter cups.
You sneaky mom!
You know, this happened to me once when I was a kid, except it was the acorns for Halloween.
Parents can be so cruel.
Such mean people. Alright, the kid in this next video is hilarious. He should be a DJ for Halloween. Watch this.
I relate to this kid because everyone else is just sitting there really chill, and then in the background just going hard.
This kid's totally ready to party. I love it.
Continuing in the Halloween spirit, here's a video displaying some classic pranks that take a minimal amount of effort but give a maximum amount of screams.
Okay, now.
She got shorter to get more people.
Just two! Just two! Take the tree!
You know, they take advantage of way too many children in this video.
They're so easy to frighten, that's
They
why.
are. I love frightening children, but like, these people. But they make for a good internet video, so.
Yes, they do.
This week's adorable video of the week is a video of a zookeeper trying to feed two rambunctious pandas their medicine. Watch this.
I love how casually this like wrangler or whoever it is like handling these pandas. Like I'd be freaking out.
That's that guy's job. Like, his job is to wrestle with little baby pandas.
How do you train for that?
I don't know. He must have been to some panda wrestling school or some sort of secondary school like that, you know? I mean,
Trade school maybe.
Alright. Thank you for watching this week's edition of Viral Videos, but stay tuned, because when we come back, we will have Alexander Ernst and Haley Olivenbaum with the Blacksburg Review.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Balance la cadence, on lève bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
No more pencils, no more books, no more teachers, dirty looks.
School's out for summer.
What this place needed was better graduation rates. So we worked with schools like Henry Ford High, and now they're up 18%.
To help us do more good this year, go to unitedway.org, because great things happen when we live united.
Welcome back to the weekly What's Up. I'm Alexandra Ernst.
And I'm Haley Olivenbaum.
And this is the Blacksburg Review. I visited our Daily Bread restaurant on South Main this past week, and it was as good as I remember. I've only been twice, once for brunch and one for a late lunch. The food presentations are beautiful and the staff is friendly and upbeat. On Saturday morning, they had an acoustic guitar and singer couple performing the greatest array of songs. They were called the Ragtop Band. I ordered the brioche French toast, which was heavenly, but I was sad to see that they used frozen fruit for their fruit salad on the side. The strawberries and blueberries were still slightly frozen. Also, the whipped cream was unsweetened, so that was pointless. The seats used to be uncomfortable wooden chairs, but they recently renovated the inside. Other than those few things, I thoroughly enjoyed my experience here. The brioche French toast literally was the best French toast I have ever tried due to the fluffiness and taste. The omelets were huge, served alongside croissants, and the hot tea selection is incredible. I got to try vanilla bean tea. It tasted like cake. The desserts look delicious, so I'll have to sample them when I return. For lunch, they have a great soup and sandwich selection, so it is good all hours of the day. I wrote a review on Yelp after my experience here, and the manager replied within the day, addressing the negative comments I wrote. They explained their lack of fresh fruit, the reason the whipped cream didn't have sugar like the French do it, and that they were renovating the chairs, so they hoped I'd return once the construction was over. It really meant a lot to me that the manager cared so much about my constructive criticism and wanted to make it up to me. That's a sign of a good business.
I've heard that place is awesome, but I haven't been. I really need to go.
It's worth it.
Here in Blacksburg, fall is in full swing. The leaves are turning maroon and orange, pumpkins are being set on doorsteps or in front of dorm rooms, and everyone is catching the fall spirit. I recently went to Sinkland Farms for my very own fall experience. I saw online that they had a pumpkin festival that was held every weekend during the fall, and I was excited to go. When I got there, I was instantly elated to walk around the farm and pick out my perfect pumpkin. The admission was a little steep, but considering that all it included, I was not upset about the $12 cost. With the wristbands, we got a hayride to the Pick Your Own Pumpkin patch, multiple trips to the petting zoo with the most adorable baby goat, and opportunities to visit the vendors around the farm. I was on a mission to find a white pumpkin, and I was very happy to see the variety of pumpkins they had in patches around the farm. There are very few negative things I can say about Sinkland Farms. It is a great place to spend an afternoon. It is not only friendly for college kids, but also great for families and little children. Running around were adorable. For the rest of the fall season, I am sure many more people will be visiting Sinkland Farms, and I am sure they will not be disappointed.
I think I spent the entire time at the petting zoo, but
they're so
it was
cute.
worth the
I love
$12.
animals. Yeah, it was.
I recently downloaded the PhotoMath app on my iPhone. It's the world's first camera calculator. You just point the camera towards the mathematical expression, and the app instantly displays a correct result. If you push the steps button, you can see the full step-by-step solution. It is so helpful if you get stuck on a math problem. Children can use this tool to help them learn math, and their parents can use it to check their homework. It's basically like having a math teacher in your pocket. It currently supports basic arithmetic, fractions, decimals, linear equations, and several functions like logarithms. New math is constantly added in the app updates. The only downfall is that it only supports printed text, not handwritten problems. It's helpful with textbooks, but if you wrote it down, it won't be recognized. It has 4 out of 5 stars because of it is so quick to calculate since it takes about a millisecond to calculate, but it makes students lazy and not do their homework to the best of their ability. It also needs some work in terms of recognizing numbers and calculating it properly, but for the most part it functions quickly and efficiently. Maybe with more updates coming out, the kinks will be worked out. Where was this app when I was struggling in high school or taking classes at the Math Emporium?
Exactly. I'm at the Math Emporium, so that will be downloaded immediately. Halloween is coming this weekend, and Virginia Tech is ready for a weekend of celebration. And everyone knows with Halloween comes costumes. Costumes I have heard for this year include the standard trashy princesses, various superheroes, and togas galore. But since Halloween on campus really starts a weekend early, I've already seen some of the weirdest costumes this year. Those include giant Smurfs, morph suit creatures, and male pinup girls. Needless to say, Halloween really is becoming scary with all the crazy costume everyone comes up with. While I personally am a fan of the classic costume with a little sass inspiration added to it, but it seems like every year costumes become more crazy and kooky. And I did not know how people were able to come up with the new ideas year after year, but it seems like college kids are the absolute best at it. However, we are in Blacksburg and we all know that fall is in full swing, so weather is a big consideration when it comes to costume planning. I don't know how some girls wear the tiny little costumes and not freeze to death. While I am being a stereotypical superhero this weekend, I am excited to see what Virginia Tech has in store for the upcoming festivities.
I have to say the craziest costume I've seen so far is a squirrel. So
I have too. I saw it walking around campus earlier. Thanks for watching the Blacksburg Review. See you next week on the weekly What's Up.
Happy Halloween!